welcome. You're here with us with Storyvan TV today. I'm Bonnie McDonald Dixon, and I am thrilled to introduce you to Molly Adkins. I met her on your holistic health networking and was just so intrigued. She teaches and advocates sacred sound healing. And I just really resonated with that. Molly, can you tell us what is sound healing?
Yeah, sound healing is a way to use the vibrations of different types of energy, different types of instruments to heal the body on a physical, mental, emotional, even a spiritual level. So I use things like Tibetan singing bowls, crystal singing bowls, gongs. You can see them in the background here, tuning forks, and different types of instruments like that, near and directly on the body. And I can actually hear energy. So when the instrument is resonating, I listen to the vibration and how it's interacting with your energy. Then if I hear that the energy is deficient or excessive in any area, that's an indication that there might be some stuck energy from past trauma. And when I say trauma, it's any type of experience that we've had in the past. It can be trauma with a small t or trauma with a big T. And then if it's not dealt with or dealt with emotionally by the client or by the person that I'm working with, then that shows up in our everyday life. And it can be on the emotional level or physical level or mental level, and how we are moving through the world and through our lives. And so what I can do then, once I identify an area that's blocked, then I can work again with the vibrations of the different instruments to get that energy moving, and people can find more joy and peace, relaxation in their lives.
That is from birth, before being born. Mothers will play music to their unborn babies. When I see children dancing at an event, they hear the music, they feel the vibration. And I know as an adult, if I want to change my mood or feel differently, I can play music, any genre of music anymore, and just totally uplift if I choose to do so, or calm down if I choose to
Right.
with music. And back to the vibration, it's so fascinating, Molly, that you use different instrument tools, because the gong behind you, I've been to several gong shows, and you literally can feel that energy, that vibration in a huge room. It's amazing. Tell me just a little bit of, how did you find this way of healing?
Yeah, actually, it was about, gosh, 6, 7 years ago now. And I was really in a difficult place in my life. I was very depressed, had a challenging marriage. I wasn't happy in my job. Just things were just not great. And so I was teaching. I was a high school teacher for 30 years. And I during the summer, I received an email that said, special for teachers, get 1 month from this yoga studio, and buy 1 month, get 1 month free. So I was like, I'm going to go try out yoga, see how that is. That was that first class that I went to was really a pivotal moment in my life. The teacher was doing mantra chanting along with the yoga poses. And now I can express, I was having energetic releases, and that energy was moving, and just amazing things were happening, but I wasn't able to explain what it was at the time. And so I wanted to learn more. And actually at the same yoga studio, there was another teacher that did crystal singing bowls for about 15 minutes at the end of the class. And between these two classes, I was just, things started changing for me. It was even to the point, I remember, because I was going at 6 a.m. every day, every single day of the week during the summer to these classes. And I would get to the afternoon, and my two kids, who were teenagers at the time, they're like, Mama, I think you need to go back to yoga. And so I'd go back again. And so this was my beginning of my journey in learning more about energy healing and the instruments and how they work with the body. And eventually I also stumbled. Go way back. I was a music major, a voice major, and always wanted to use my voice. So I stumbled along, stumbled onto this way of using humming as a sound healing tool, which is really cool as well. So there's so many different ways that we can use vibration to heal our body. And that's what I did. I was able to come out of this depression, and I even made some huge changes in my life's transformations because I found this modality. I've changed jobs, and last year, honestly, I took early retirement from my job. I sold my house. I sold everything in it. I drove across country with my two cats in my car from Indiana to Colorado Springs, Colorado, and started a new business from zero. And I, just started it at zero and without knowing anybody here. And here I am. It's very interesting, because once I know, when you're aligned with what you're supposed to be doing, just things blossom and open up. It's amazing. It's been an amazing journey.
Oh, I can just feel the joy right through this interview. We are several days apart in a driving, but as the energy goes through Zoom and comes back through, I can feel that joy and energy in your voice of how you were here and then suddenly you're here, and your energy and your joy. What would people give to have that joy in their life, to have that, renewed energy no matter when? And so I have couple questions. One of is who do you help the most? Are they young people in transition? Who do you love to work with?
I I love to work with women who are making these big transformations in their lives, but are not able to make that move because there's so many what ifs. What if it doesn't really work? What if I don't have enough money? What if I can't get a job? What if, people look at me funny? What if, all these what ifs, and it brings up a lot of anxiety. And I work with women who are making those big transformations. They want to get out of their job, or, people will say, they said to me even, you're only 5 years away from retirement. Why are you sacrificing all of that? And I was just like, I'm not going to waste another moment in finding my joy and finding that peace in my life. And it's been, a wonderful journey. So it's those women making those big transformations, and also other healers, finding that healers are afraid to come out and shine their light, and to be in the spotlight and really say, I'm a healer and I can help you. So women that are making those big transformations, and especially if you're a healer and trying to find your way in that world, this world of healing and how to help others.
Well, that will be so beneficial to know that people, when we're in this big transition phase, that there's help. Someone can hold your hand and give you tools that can make it so much easier. I actually made a huge transition myself in my 30s because I figured I'm doing a job I don't love, and people really were in my face because I was a postal carrier. And people are like, "Oh, that's a good job." And I
Mhm.
said, "It might be. Would you like to go do walk in 115-degree Fahrenheit in the Mojave Desert for 6 hours a day? Please take my job." And I left and I was never so happy in my life.
Yep.
And I've never regretted leaving a job that I didn't really enjoy because, as you shared, I've lived 30 more years since that time. And guess what? I'm just fine. I didn't need the post office job to make my life complete. Yes, I would have been retired by now, but I realized something. When you're in joy, like you are, Molly, when you're in joy, it's not work.
Right.
It's a serving. It's a pleasure to be sharing with people. And one thing I was thinking about is that because you have different tools from the different tools you have behind you, the one that was really interesting to me is this humming because I'd never heard about humming for health. Can you share a little bit deeper into humming for health?
Yeah, absolutely. So humming is amazing because first of all, it's economical, it's free. You've got your always have your voice, right? And it's easy to access because it's always with you. So, you don't have to carry a gong around with you in your car. You're just feeling a little down, like let me hit the gong. You could just do some humming. And as you said earlier, Bonnie, when women are pregnant and they play music for their babies, they also do, when your child is crying or something, you hold them tight to your chest and we hum and we sing to our children. So the kids, the babies are feeling that resonance on your chest through your humming. And it's that type of thing where just the humming can really make the body relax. It also creates nitric oxide in the body. So it's great to help with regulating blood pressure, creates melatonin, so you sleep better, you're going to have better heart health, and it also creates dopamine. And so you're going to have this joy as well from the humming itself. The really cool thing about the humming is if you're also aware of the different energy centers, if you've heard of chakra, the 7 energy centers, you can direct your humming to each of the energy centers or to a specific place on your body, around your body, to do that healing. So it's using the vibrations to do the healing for yourself.
Would you be so kind as would you be able to lead us through a little tiny exercise on humming here on the
Yeah,
internet?
sure. Of course. It's really, surprisingly simple. Just the part about the humming is to learn how to direct it, how to direct that hum. So, yeah, I'll give an example and then we'll walk through on how to do this. Before I went to when I started doing my business here, I was going to lots of networking meetings, trying to get the word out and meeting people. And there was one meeting in particular that I had been to, 4 or 5 times. I wasn't really meeting people, and I was kind of feeling a little depleted about it. And then I was like, well, maybe I should stop. And I thought, I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to sit and do my humming before I go to this meeting and, just see how it goes, see if anything changes. So I did a humming with the vibration directed to the solar plexus, which is right around the belly button, just above the belly button. And the solar plexus is all about your confidence level. So I did 5 minutes, simple 5 minutes of humming, went to this meeting. The crazy thing is that when I go into this meeting and I walk in and people started coming up to me and saying, "Oh, hey, how are you? I haven't, have you been here before? I haven't met you." And da, da, da. I was like, what? What is the difference here? The only difference was that I did this 5 minutes of humming just before I went into this meeting. And so my vibration was different. So let me explain how I do it. And it's really simple. First of all, relaxing the jaw and relaxing the inside of the mouth. So you really, finding that peace in this area. And it's a simple hum like you would do any, and just on one tone. Then once you find a tone that you like or that resonates with you, you can direct that vibration to go anywhere in or around the body. So I was envisioning that tone to the solar plexus. For me, I could actually feel that in the belly area for me. Some people might feel it in a different place. And if you're feeling that vibration in a different area of the body, you can just say, okay, where am I feeling it, and how can I start feeling the vibration in the area that needs to heal? So that's basically it. So the real trick is knowing where to direct the energy, the vibration.
That I am going to try that. So, would you recommend, you said 5 minutes, that seems like a long time. Maybe I'd have to practice with a minute to start,
Yeah.
and then, as you said, you might do it for the different chakras,
Mm-hmm.
and then what if someone's in pain, say they have a foot pain or something, would they direct the humming energy at their foot?
Yes. Yeah, it sounds like a crazy thing, right? Who's directing energy to your foot or to your shoulder? If you have shoulder pain, I had a friend who actually lives in another state, and we did this over online. It wasn't even in person. She had this lock jaw, or pain in her jaw for many months, and I'd known her for a long time. And then one day, she's like, "Why haven't I asked you to help me? This is crazy. I've had this pain in my jaw." So we set up a time and we worked together. I showed her how to use the humming. I also did a little energy work with her using my sounds here in my studio. She said at the beginning of the session, the pain level on a scale of 1 to 10 was at a 7 at the beginning of the session. 45 minutes later, it was at a 3. So just like amazing how, and then she continued over a few weeks to use the humming that I instructed, that I showed just now, to direct that humming right into that space. No more, no more jaw pain. It's just like, it's magic. It's really magic.
That is incredible. So, in speaking of, say, I know the women in transition, what about children? Do they respond as well to the humming?
Oh yeah, it's magical, children, because they just love sounds, right? And doing the humming. And I have worked with several younger children, especially with ADHD. The
Mhm,
humming is really great for calming the soul, calming the whole their own vibration. So
mhm.
learning that as a way to calm themselves when they start to get frustrated. And and it's not only the humming. As I'm thinking about this, it also brings focus.
Mhm, mhm.
I use it in my meditation just before, I have a 30-minute, generally 30-minute meditation practice. I use it right at the beginning of my meditation. I might hit the Tibetan singing bowl a few times, and then I start humming, and that really helps to start that focus and that concentration,
Mhm, mhm.
relaxing the body, and then moving into a meditation. It's just magical.
I love this. I definitely could see myself adding that to, for one, before I go into, say, a meeting online with someone.
Yeah.
And for two, I even have it zing me in the morning to start with a prayer. So I could
Mhm.
see where that would be very, very, very helpful as a tool to incorporate. And so, but working with you, Molly, knowing all the tools that you have, you usually, I'm taking it with the one to one that you're working with people, that you find out what their needs are and then figure out the best tool for them. What you have, it's exciting to know, is you have a one to one coaching program the ultimate personal tune-up. Can you share a little bit more about what that would look like for someone if they'd like to work with you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an 8-week program, and it starts with and I call it an event. Sometimes I try to get a group of people together to do that part. It's called Hum to Overcome, which I personally love that, just even saying that. Hum to Overcome, overcoming those fears of the what ifs and anxiety. And in that event, it's a 2-hour event. I talk about, or I teach about, the 7 chakra and what it looks like if each chakra is deficient or excessive or balanced, and what that would look like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Then from there, we jump into the 8 weeks, and we start with the root chakras, the root energy center, and so once you learn how to direct that energy, in between the one-on-one sessions, the clients are using the humming to balance each of the chakras. So you just start with the root for 1 week, go to the sacral, solar plexus, and all the way up to the crowns. Then in our coaching, the one-on-one coaching sessions, an hour a week, I talk, of course, there's the coaching, and we talk with the client about their goals. We do lots of goal setting, and we look at how they're progressing over the 8 weeks. And as they're doing this energy clearing through each of the chakra, they're also making notes of how that is changing how their outlooks, their mindset, and working for them so that they are able to start making those big decisions with confidence. And yeah, so it's just an amazing program to watch these women make huge transformations. And the interesting thing about it is that it ends up not being not only for making a transformation. They might come to me like goal setting to find this new job or making this new job, but realizing that it's really affecting all parts of their life, whether it's the relationships with their loved one, a partner, or relationships at work, or all the different areas of the life. It's just really amazing to watch.
Molly, what's so intriguing and exciting for me, what you've learned and are sharing, and because you have that amazing background of being a teacher and you've experienced yourself, is the ripple effect of someone working with you could not only help themselves, but their children, their spouses, and their family and friends. So that ripple effect, i.e., all the vibrations going out, would be much good for so many. The person taking the class and everyone around them. That's the exciting part for me, to hear this work that you've literally created so that you can be of service to so many. We all want to feel joy in our life and feel that we're doing work that we would like to be doing. I don't know anybody that, well, there are people that get stuck and you help them get unstuck.
Right.
But when we are in joy, life looks different. It looks rosier. We're happier. And the challenges of everything, and we know what everything is out there. Anything, turn on the TV and you're like, oh, but it makes things easier to deal with.
Yes, absolutely. That ripple effect is definitely the joy. The amazing part about this is that, as you heal yourself, you're also healing others at the same time. You may not feel or know that who you're affecting at the time, but it really is just it is that ripple effect, just moving out and healing all. It's amazing.
I love it. I love it. Well, I just want to thank you so much, Molly, for being on Storyvan TV, for all that you do. Please reach out to Molly. just touch base with her, talk some more with her, find out how you can partner with her to help you and your own life, your own family, your own friends, and your world be calmer, be healthier, happier, just with humming along and sound, of course. And we look forward to in future. Molly's going to be having some changes on her website. So whatever you see today, know that she's doing some really wonderful changes, and it's all good. That is for sure. So thank you again, Molly, for being on Storyvan TV. And we look forward to seeing you soon again.
Thank you. I am so happy to have been here, and I just really enjoyed our conversation and look forward to hearing more from you.